Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. How many times have you heard that 9 to 5 job is my enemy? I hate my 9 to 5 job. I hate my job. I mean, it's literally become a villain in people's life. Now, what if I told you that that is not the villain? Your mindset and your viewpoint towards it is. If you are interested to know more about it, do keep watching. Now, first and foremost, I am going to debunk a few myths that surround the 9 to 5 job. Myth number one, that it kills creativity. Now, in my opinion, I mean, I have around 14-15 years of work experience in IT industry, and I have worked in the 9 to 5 setting, and I worked in different domains which you might not consider very creative, like for example finance. I worked in healthcare, I worked in marketing. There are a lot of different domains available. There are a lot of different type of companies that you could work in, like I mean typical creative industries like advertising and marketing and all of that. They are the definition of creativity, even those operate in a 9 to 5 setting. So the structure, and if you say that 9 to 5 job wherein you are asked to sit on a desk and do your job and do certain tasks, it kills your creativity. That's not completely right. Like, I feel if you want to be creative even in simplest of tasks that you're doing every day, you can do that. It is completely up to how you interpret that task. So in my opinion, it's not the 9 to 5 job setting that's killing your creativity. It's a very big myth that I want to burst, that it is about doing the same sort of things and not finding it enjoyable because it is not that creative, and I am passionate, I want to follow my passion and all of that good thing. Yes, all of that does exist, but that's not the problem with the 9 to 5 job. Do you think that if you were not working in a traditional 9 to 5 environment and you were working for yourself, as an example, you have a great business idea and you're working on your passion and you're doing all of that, do you think you're not going to fall in the same trap of not feeling creative? So it's not a problem with the 9 to 5 setting, it's the problem with the way you perceive any sort of work. Okay, so 9 to 5 job is not killing your creativity. Let me burst that bubble for you first of all. On the contrary, it is providing you time and resources to cultivate creativity. When you're working in a 9 to 5 environment, you've got resources at hand. Like, there are some people who are expecting you to complete a job, which means you're being exposed to a lot of different tools and technologies and different resources to do a particular job, which means you can be creative and you're learning anything new, right? You've got the time to do it. If you were not working in a 9 to 5 job, you would probably be waking up at 12 p.m. If you're complaining about this, you would be waking up in the afternoon, having food, just passing your time, not doing anything productive. So the time that you've got in the 9 to 5, those 8-9 hours, you've got the time, you've got the resources to show your creativity. So if you think that it's killing the creativity, it's wrong. It's a myth. Okay. The number 2 myth most people have is that it traps you in monotony. Now, a lot of people think that I have to do the same thing again and again and again. Now, in my opinion, it really depends on a person. If you're someone who's complaining about it, it's probably because you're not smart enough to sort of find a way out of it. No company out there is expecting their resources to do a task 10 times and expecting something wonderful to happen. Every company out there is expecting its employees to find creative solutions, to come out of a monotony, do a thing more creatively, do a thing more quicker, do a thing that is more smarter, saves times and resources. Every damn company out there. So if you think that you're stuck in a monotonous job, it's just because you have not been able to find a solution out of that monotony, right? So if you are someone in this space, I would highly recommend that, first of all, this is a myth. It's only in your mind. You are not stuck in monotony. It's how you are approaching the problem, and it's how you are viewing your job, and you should actively look out for growth and opportunities and tools and resources within your organization to come out of that monotonous routine and find a way out wherein you are enjoying it as much as you do. So that's the myth number 2. Myth number 3 surrounding 9 to 5 job is it's about making someone else rich. Of course, I mean, you're working for someone else. All the hard work that you're doing is for generating money for the business that is paying you. Obviously, that is right. But in return, you are getting your salary. In return, you are getting an opportunity to learn something. In return, you're getting all of those benefits that a company provides. I mean, you're not doing it for free. Nobody out there is doing it for free. Maybe some are, but that is debatable. Most people who are in a 9 to 5 job, yes, you're making money for a business, but you are also making money for yourself, right? You are securing your family as well while working with a 9 to 5 company. There are those benefits and stuff like that which companies provide. So it's like you are not doing it for free. You're making money for them. You're getting some of that money for yourself as well. So if you know how to use them strategically, I think it's going to be beneficial for you. So these are the 3 myths surrounding 9 to 5 job. Now, I'm not vouching here for some company. I am just showing you the reality, and in the next section I'm going to tell you why it's actually a boon for many people. Now, the reality of 9 to 5 is that it's not your life. That is what the problem many people face, is that people think that my 9 to 5 job is my entire life. If I am happy in my work environment, I'm going to be happy in my home environment. If I am sad and I'm not in good terms with my manager and my colleagues, I'm going to bring all of that tension in my home as well and make sure my life is ruined as well. That is where the problem arises. 9 to 5 job is just a vehicle for you in your life. It is not your entire life. If you are someone sitting there cribbing about your 9 to 5 job, you probably got to ask yourself the question, do you have what it takes to get out of your comfort zone and work for yourself? Do you have it in you? If the answer is that yes, then why have you not done it already? If the answer is a no, then 9 to 5 is your safe spot, because you are out there working for someone else in those dedicated hours and still getting money out of it. So 9 to 5 job is a vehicle for you to lead a life. It's not your entire life, and this is where majority of people are stuck, and this is where majority of people are saying that it sucks and it's ruining my life and all of that. So the way I look at it is that you are earning income out of it. You're able to have food, manage your family, whatever. You are learning the skills which you can use outside. If you're not happy with it, learn those skills and get out and either work for some other company which you think is better for some time, or go and start something of your own. I think that time that you're working in your 9 to 5, if you're really working, it's not a waste if you know how to utilize it properly. You're learning a lot of skills, not only about the project and the tools that you're working on, but there are a lot of skills about people management, how to work with different people, and a lot of different soft skills that you're learning as well. So think of it as a partnership. You are giving your skills and time to a company, and in return, you're gaining those financial benefits, that job security, those health benefits and opportunities for growth. So don't sit there and crib about your life because you're working in a 9 to 5. If you are, consider yourself lucky because you're learning a lot of new things. It's also paying you to do that. Yes, you are there in that routine. Like you've got to work for those 8-9 hours. But then if you really want to change that, then I would say learn things from here, save money from here, and start something of your own where you think you're going to be happy, right? Now that's the problem. We think that grass is always greener on the other side. We think that if I leave this, I'm going to be really happy if I do XYZ. And then you do XYZ and then you realize, oh shit, that was my safe spot. That always happens. So don't fall into that trap wherein you think that if I do think that I'm not doing now, I'm going to be much happy, because you're not going to be. If you really would be happy in something that you think you would be happy where you are currently. So don't think too much about the future. Where you are at the present moment, think about what you're learning out of it. Think about how it's benefiting you. Give your 100% to whatever you're doing, but don't make it your entire life. Learn to find that work-life balance, which is where most people struggle. So think of 9 to 5 as a vehicle in your life and not your entire life. Right now, for example, someone is learning time management tricks, someone is learning how to work in a pressure environment, someone is learning leadership skills. Now, these skills are not only working in your company, but outside as well. You're learning all of these skills. Either you're going to implement them in your home, outside your home, in your new business, or in your another company. You're learning a lot of different skills in a company. And that's how you should look at a 9 to 5 job and not crib about it. So instead of seeing your job as an enemy, try reframing your mindset in a way that focus on what it enables you to do. What are you able to do with your 9 to 5 job? Now, even if your income is less as compared to you, are you able to eat food? Do you have a house and stuff like that? So focus on what it's enabling you to do. Focus on building the transferable skills. Yes, some people don't want to do this for their entire lifetime. I know some people do want to do it for their entire lifetime as well, because they are like, yes, I mean, I'm working for someone else, I'm getting paid, and that's okay. When I log off at 6 or 7 p.m. in the evening, I don't really have to worry about it. On the contrary, people who are doing their own business, they are working around the clock. They are more stressed. So in that way, there are some people who actually love 9 to 5. So if you really want to leave 9 to 5 because you don't want to work for someone else, think about and emphasize on all those transferable skills which you can use outside as well. And make sure you are setting those boundaries. Like when you are outside of your work environment, either don't talk about it. If you're talking about it, don't bring that energy of your work environment into your home and spoil everybody else's mood as well. So, learn to set those boundaries. So shift your mindset from it being your enemy to it being a vehicle, it being your friend, it being a part of your life and not your entire life. I think that mindset shift is really, really important. Right now, I'm going to wrap up the video with that. I'm going to quickly tell you 3 takeaways, 3 action steps that you can do right away to shift your mindset. First, take a pen and a paper, write down 5 things that you are grateful for when it comes to your job. Have you learned anything new? Are you able to eat food? Are your children able to go to school? Yada, yada, yada. There are a lot of things you can be grateful for. Think about that and write it down in your pen and paper. Second, set micro goals. If you're not happy about a particular situation, write down in your journal what is it that you can do to change that. If it is about people, if it is about a role, if it is about the work that you're doing, it could be anything. Whatever that you want to change, think about how you can change that. Set some small goal for yourself to accomplish in next couple of months so that you can start working on it as well. Lastly, block your time outside of work to enjoy and make time for some of your hobby. Maybe you want to do gym, maybe you want to learn guitar, maybe you want to learn dancing, maybe you want to cook and be more with your family. Make sure when you're logging off, you're logging off. I usually don't have Outlook on my phone. I have Teams on my phone, but I turn off my notifications. Do that. Turn off the notifications. Don't bring that outside. Just set those clear boundaries in your mind, first of all, and then communicate to your peers that I'm logging off. I'm going to see you all tomorrow at 9 a.m. And that's that. After 6 p.m., 5 p.m., don't really think about work. Just enjoy the rest of your day. So these are the 3 actionable steps that I want to close this video in. Now do let me know via the comments down below. I know 9 to 5 topic is quite sensitive in many people's mind. Do let me know via comments below on what your thoughts are. If you think this is your enemy or if there's something that maybe I don't know and I can learn from you. Alright, I'm going to see you all next week with another interesting video. Bye-bye.